Hello, and welcome to another edition of Amesey's Corner. In here in the shop today, it's a Thursday. We got a good storm coming out there. You can see it out the window, it's just starting to snow. But I've got this truck here, this F350 diesel. It's got the 6-liter diesel in it. And I got to take all of this apart today, turbo, all that out of here. We're doing an EGR cooler and an oil cooler while we're in there. This truck came in a little while ago, and it had a bunch of dead injectors. I replaced all the injectors in the left bank here. Let's get up here and take a look. I've already had all this apart. I replaced the injectors, and then we sent this truck to a body shop to get some the rot. There was some rot on the bed quarters. The wheel arches, like these, rot out. We had the body shop fix those wheel arches, and I think they had trouble starting it, and they used starting fluid on it. What's up, Josh? I think they used starting fluid on it, and that might have taken a weak EGR cooler out or something. When we got it back, these snaps were undone, and this air filter was kind of pulled apart. So I think they might have ethered it up or had some sort of issue with it starting, but we get it back, and it was blowing a lot of coolant out the exhaust. So if you know these engines, you know what that is. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna rip into this, get some of this apart, and I'll edit this, smash this together, so it'll be all one video. If I run into any trouble, I'll probably whip out the camera. So see you in a few. Whoa, and this will all be apart. Well, I've dug into this. I also had to break out the old topside creeper here. Necessary if you're going to work on one of these big rigs. Another thing I do is I pull all 4 wheels off so I can actually get it down low enough. So I got the turbo on the bench over there. A little bit of a wrestling match, but not too bad to get to. So sorry about all the noise in here. If you notice, I'll point at it, this right here is the EGR cooler. This is what goes bad. So you gotta, like, you know, take the turbo off. Alright, take the turbo off. I still gotta get this bracket off. This is the turbo bracket. My next step is gonna be pulling this oil filter, fuel filter housing off here. These pieces need to come off. Then I gotta get this intake. This is the intake, sorry about the light. This is the intake here I gotta pull off. Big horseshoe goes around, inlet there. So, you know, a little bit in there. It's a bit of a wrestling match to get that turbo out. I had those band clamps over here, did not want to release from the pipe, so I had to fight that one right there. Fought me for a little while. But I'm in here. I'm about elbow deep, not quite armpit deep. So, take a little more apart, and we'll should be able to see the cover for the oil cooler and a little more of that EGR cooler in a minute. So I wish it was easy to take this apart as it was to edit this, because in a minute you'll see a little more in. So here we go. Well, here we are, middle of this nice snowstorm. This is the one that crippled the South. Had everyone leave their cars on the highways over an inch of snow on the roads. Well, I've broken into this a little bit. Got the intake out. Here's the old EGR cooler right here, and you can see coolant. This should be just exhaust gas. Exhaust goes into here. You can see it's all wet. That's all coolant. Exhaust flows through into here, and then inside of that radiator looking thing is where the coolant goes to cool that exhaust. Comes into here and out here, or out here into here. I'm not sure which way it flows, but they shouldn't mix. And you can see here all this wetness. This is all coolant. So get the intake off. I got to get this all cleaned up. Come up here and you get a good idea. Real dirty. There was a chipmunk nest in here. A lot of acorns, a lot of grass, a lot of hay, and just junk. I probably got to take a good half hour or so and get all of this cleaned up before I pull this oil cooler housing. That's this here. This would have been the filter housing part up here, and this is the cooler under here. So I got some cleaning to do, and when I get a look at this, the next edit will be in there. I'll tell you one thing about doing a job like this: you really feel it in your chest. Leaning up on that with your chest on that and your arms out, you really hurts after a while. So got a little more to go before I get this thing apart. It's kind of late in the day. I had a lot of stuck hardware on this. Looks like someone's had this apart before. There were a lot of nuts and bolts not in the right holes and stuff. Kind of was a little bit of a pain to get it apart, but no one said this stuff's easy, so see you in a minute, and we'll see what it looks like all cleaned up. Well, I got this all cleaned up. I got all that nest out of there, all that junk out of there. I got this oil cooler housing out. I've got the screen that used to be in there out. Now we got a nice little swimming pool of oil I gotta clean out, just to make sure there's no bits of that screen left in there, so I gotta scoop all that out. We got over here, got the pile of parts that come out of it. There's that cooler. Now the reason we're doing this is because this is a very similar construction to the EGR cooler, and the theory is if this is gone, then this is going to go before the next one of those goes, so you just bite the bullet and do them both at the same time. So we got that out, got that apart. Now I gotta separate this. I gotta take all this housing apart to get this off. There's the new one there that's going to go in there. So yeah, I got a little bit of work to do to get it out. Not too bad, not too bad. And then I got to clean all of this up and get it all ready to go back together. So the next video, or the next edit, should have this pretty much back together. And still snowing out. I don't know if you can see it. See how much more snow we got from last time. Yeah. Well, so I got some work ahead of me, and I'm gonna get to it. So see you in a few.